All right, what is going on? Today we got a big day ahead of us. We're gonna be smoking some beef. Beef loin tri-tip steak. This is where it's at. Beef jerky for days. Gonna go fishing over in Eastern Washington for the next 3 days, and I need my beef. And that stuff you buy at the gas station is absolute crap. Not to mention it's expensive, it's got preservatives in it, it's a bunch of BS. So we're gonna make it ourselves, the real deal here. All right, I'm gonna walk you through it. So we got this tri-tip. Bam, we're gonna process all of this into beef jerky. It's gonna be bomb. Ingredients: salt, honey, black pepper. I added a little bit, not really to taste the sweetness, but to help all the pepper and the salt stick to it a little better. The pepper and the salt, crucial. Keep it simple, keep it good. You know, can't go wrong like that. So we're gonna get this cut up in little pieces, then we're gonna throw it on the smoker. It's gonna be a little ghetto rig, but we're gonna get it done. So I'm gonna get back to you when I chop this up in the little slices. All right, seasoning time, that's coming up. All right, we're back real quick. One thing that's crucial about making beef jerky on your own, you want to cut it almost as thin as you can. This is about as thick as you want it, all right? And one of the secrets about beef jerky isn't necessarily the cut of beef, it's finding a beef jerky that is not super lean, or finding a beef that's not super lean. You want it to have a little bit of fat content. You don't want a lot of fat content, because that usually means it's like if it's a Wagyu or something more expensive and it all bleeds off. So you're paying for a lot of weight that disappears. So you want it kind of in the middle of the road. You don't want it too lean because that makes it chewy, kind of like leather. We don't want that. We want it good. You don't want it too fatty because it's honestly just a waste. Drips away. So I'm cutting it. This is too fat. I'm going to try to cut this again here. So this is what we're doing. We're trying to slice it as almost thin as we can. Maybe about 3/8 to an inch. A lot of times it's hard to do that and you wind up cutting off about a half an inch, which is a little bit too thick, but that's okay. It just takes a little bit more time in the smoker. So we're gonna cut this. You know, a good thing to do is to get the meat really cold before you cut it. You know, some people even like to get a little frosty because you're able to cut it thinner. When it gets warm and mushy and soft, it makes it really hard to cut. So I took this straight out of the fridge and it is still in its pack form, the way it came in the pack, and I'm cutting it like that to get nice even slices. You can take it to your butcher if you want to and let them cut it. Sometimes, like at Costco, if you're early and you're buying your meat from there, they'll cut it for you. Or at the grocery store, the butcher will actually go cut it for you, repackage it for you. So whatever you want. Not too thin, not too fat because it takes too long to cook. Okay, now we're going back. I'll see you for the marination process. All right. And we slice this nice and thin, you know, not perfect. Nothing's ever going to be perfect. If you try to do this and be perfect, you're going to drive yourself crazy. All right. Looks pretty good. Okay. So watch this. This honey is really, it's getting old. But I'm not going to put a lot on here. I don't want a lot. I just want enough to give it a nice coating, thin coating to help it stick, because this meat is kind of dry right now, relatively speaking, to the, you know, to the point where we want things to stick to it. So a little drizzle here. All right. Salt. Gotta be careful. Don't over salt it. I repeat. Do not over salt it. Having meat that is too salty is just bad. It ruins it. Having meat that's not salted enough isn't that bad. This might take a while here. Alright, this is going to take a while. I'm going to slam as much pepper on it. Maybe I'll go get some already ground pepper here. Sprinkle it on here. Pepper it up. Make it real peppery. I like it a little spicy. I like that burn flavor to linger in your mouth after you eat the beef jerky for a while. Alright. So I'm going to get this on, then I'll show you the next step, the skewering process, how you hang it, and then the smoking. That's the best part, watching it dehydrate, turn different colors, and smell amazing. Alright. So here's about the consistency I have with all the pepper. Looks pretty yummy. Now we're going to put it on these skewers. We're going to hang it on this makeshift rack right here, this rack I made. Oh, it's Ghetto. And then we're gonna go hang that inside of the smoker. It's a good time, so I'll meet back up with you here in a couple minutes. All right, we are skewered. There we go, skewered up, ready for the smoker. Alright, you guys, I have Ghetto rigged this. I have taken out the smoker grate. I'm using some rando that I found in the kitchen. I screwed in some cedar beams in here to be able to accommodate this rack. Like that. Shazam. Alright. Trying to do this is challenging. Nothing ever works out. If you have like a perfect smoking rack and you can find one to buy one, that's great, but most people need to try to make it work, to wing it, to just make it happen. So we're making this happen. This is going to be amazing. All right, let's smoke it. I'm going to put it at about 220 degrees Fahrenheit for I don't know how many hours, but it's probably going to take 2 to 4 hours. All right, I'll give you a couple updates. We'll see how it goes. It's gonna be good. All right, we're about 1 hour in. Let's check them out. Wow. All right, look at that. Looking pretty good. You notice how it cooks a little bit faster on top, obviously because heat rises, right? So you always want to skewer the fat end up. Look at all that. Look at that nice peppering job. Oh yeah. Smells bomb. Smells amazing. This is going to be good. Alright, here we are. Hour 2 about. 220 degrees. Pretty good. Let's check her out. Alright, look at that. It's getting more jerky-like. Look at that. Yum. Oh man, if you could smell this right now, you'd be so excited like I am. Boom. That is good. Alright, I'm going to turn her down to about 200, and I'm going to go out to dinner, and I'm going to come back and see what's up. Back from dinner. It's been about 2 hours. Slamming it, smoking it at about 200 degrees Fahrenheit. Let's check this out. Wow. All right. Look at that. That is looking bomb. Dripping. Look at that. Dripping all that fat. Like I said, you want the meat kind of fatty, so it's not so dry and leathery. Like lean beef, but you know, the more fat you have in the beef, the more that it just drips away, and you're paying per pound, right? So, damn, look at that. Look at that. See, a little bit darker up top. Maybe I'll just keep it at 220 again. Yeah, this is looking good. Run this maybe for another hour or so. Or 2. It's looking good. I wish you could smell this. It smells amazing. But look at that. Look at that. All right. been a couple more hours. It's getting dark out. 200. Smoking. Look at that, folks. That looks bomb. Oh man. Look at the top. A little dark on the tips, you know, that's a bit normal because the heat rises up and that always cooks more. That's why you want to put the fat side up. Look at that. That is bomb. The best. All right. Pulling these suckers off. Look at this. Look at this. Oh man. Man, this is good. Look at that. Prime time beef jerky. This is the only way you want to eat beef jerky. It is so damn good. It will blow your mind. I'm not even exaggerating. This is the best. Thanks for watching.